We're here for the the final edition of the Reno Air Races. Been doing this for 59 years here, and it's unlike any other racing venue that I've ever been associated with, because in order to come do this, you have to go past a school to make sure that you're safe to be out there on the course, because you're out there flying formation with guys at 50 feet above the desert, moving at 400 feet per second. In my case, in some cases, it's 700 or 800 feet per second. So you really got to trust the guy that you're with. So there's a lot of formation experience that's required, and they vet you pretty carefully before you get in to do this. It's like, make sure you're going to be safe to get out there and join this club. The sport class, a great group of people. Been associated with them for 3 or 4 years now. Probably some of the finest pilots you'll meet. In the most innovative class, because the only very few restrictions on what you can do with your airplane. So mostly experimental, up to 1,000 cubic inch, and that is our only restriction. So anything you want to do, turbocharged, supercharged, nitrous, is on the thing. So a lot of innovation, a lot of the stuff that you're going to see in the just general aviation and experimental aviation in general.
Sport class air racing is an interesting level of air racing. We are the experimental aircraft class. We are all about innovation. We're all about exciting new technology, and most of the airplanes that are here at the National Championship Air Races that are flying in sport class were built by the pilots in their garages and then at airports around the country. So sport class trains the 36 pilots that we have here in Reno, and we are given certain time slots to fly in, and we execute 4 levels of racing. 4 heats is what we call them. We have the medallion, the bronze, the silver, and the gold, and it's racing anywhere from 230 miles an hour this year up to 410 plus miles an hour this year. So there are tens of thousands of experimental aircraft, and more than that, people that are building them. So it's an avenue for more and more people to be able to get into high performance flying, air racing, and just exciting new things that I think we're going to be bringing to the world in the future.
Actually, I owned a T6 and I did air shows in a T6 about 10 years ago. I was part of CAF, great organization. Recently, I came to a race with Dee. I asked him if I could join him to come and race with him. He said yes. We're neighbors, we're friends, and we have the Mallard's Landing 105 racing team. So from there, I bought an aircraft. I bought it from a gentleman, Steve Cunningham, up at Alaska. And we went up there, brought it back. It was a great airplane. It's got great bones. It's a Lancair Legacy. And we made some modifications to make it run better, make it run faster, some aero mods, a little bit of Ram Air mods, and today a regular aircraft that is kit build can be spent out here in racing. They have everything from RVs to Lancairs to custom airplanes. So you can get an airplane, fly it, buy it, or build it yourself, fly it, bring and modify it, and come to a pylon racing school. We will train you what you need to know, and you can apply for a race license. You easily can pass it with a little bit of aerobatic and awareness skills, and you can become a racer.
The plane's been doing awesome. I did quite a bit of work to it this last year, and now we're running almost 20 mile an hour faster than last year. So my racing machine is a Glasair 3 kit that's been flying for about 10 years or so. It's a wonderful machine. Love these things. It's not carbon fiber. The only thing that's carbon fiber is actually the tail. The rest of the airplane is all epoxy resin. It's a foam core sandwiched with several layers of epoxy and material on each side, which makes it really, you can when I was building the thing, I used this as you put this thing on sawhorses, and it's almost indestructible. So very stiff, stout airframe. This year I added, these are cleverly disguised nitrous bottles. Somebody came up with the idea that we needed minions, and so when I showed up at Reno, I showed up with these, and everybody goes, "What's that there?" So anyway, it worked out pretty cool. Wings, very stiff wings. got a spar that goes tip to tip on this wing that's 23-foot wingspan. It's capable of sustaining like 10 Gs if you wanted to go that far. Plus 10, minus 6, but it really plus 6, minus 4 in old men, so I don't go over about 3.5 or 4 Gs, just because, you know, 860 stuff. Anyway, and up to the front, the Glass Air 3 was designed for the largest normally aspirated engine you can put on an airplane, so it's got an IO 540 engine. I did a little bit of work to it, so it's got 10-to-1 pistons and push a little more horsepower, plus the nitrous. It's been a wonderful machine. Put a new prop on it this year. Been really happy with this Whirlwind propeller. Got me a little bit more speed out of that. So, but I have a 25-year relationship with this airplane between building it and flying it, and there's nothing else I want to race here. This thing's just keep making it faster. That's all I want. That's what's great about experimental aviation. You can do whatever you want to it. So curious as to how the airplane got its name. It took me about 14 years to build it. That wasn't all 14 straight years, but people used to ask me, say, when's it going to be done? I said, Tuesday. I don't know which Tuesday. And then it was actually signed off on a Wednesday, so hence the name Miss Tuesday.
See him?
Yeah. Yep.
Go D, go D, go D, go D, go D. Power it up, D. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Get the lead. Attaboy. Attaboy. Oh yeah, good job. Attaboy. Attaboy.
This is the most, I've never been nervous for a race.
Come on, Damon! Come on, Damon! Here he comes!
Oh yeah, all right. Bubbly, awesome. Yes. We got another fire truck ride.
That's right.
That's right. Steven said you're waiting.
Good job.
I think you succeeded. That's a bad problem. That's not a bad problem to have. Good job. Awesome.
Fantastic, buddy.
That last race was my first heat win at Reno. Pretty stoked about that. 3 years worth of work. Kind of works out where you end up with speed-wise for pairings, and just happened to end up in the right spot to take that heat easily. I've always been a motorsports fan, to now kind of be in a motorsport, which is, you know, we're the world's fastest motorsport. Pretty cool. There's some really interesting. I'm at the lower end of the spectrum in that whole thing, but it's an awful lot of fun. It's fun being part of the show.
I'm a 9-time national skydiving champion. My wife's a world champion. I'm a competitor in everything I do. I've raced or ran Indy cars to stock cars to now I'm racing airplanes, and I am fortunate enough to be in silver class racing with the top pilots in the world. It's a blessing. I can't tell you how honored I am. The gentlemen that I raced with today are amazing. Professionals beyond your imagination, and I'm just happy to be here.